Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. Kilt-Man and Roxy the Wonder Dog is here too. Hello love, hello. Say hello to everybody. She said hello, telepathically. Now folks, as regular viewers will know, yesterday was the big birthday, Kilt-Man's 54th birthday and Mrs Kilt-Man's birthday. We have a combined birthday. So we went out with a great time. Let me just turn that down a bit. I'm playing Brad Feidel's fabulous pure 80s score for Fright Night, which is wonderful. And we went to Liverpool. We had drinky poos. We went for cocktails in Gino De Campo's panoramic top of the skyscraper bar. Fantastic it was too. Bit too hazy for the views. It was really sunny but also really hazy, and it overlooks the River Mersey and all of Merseyside, and you could see the Kilt Mansion from up there as well. Well, you could if you had binoculars, and it wasn't quite so hazy, but it was still great. We also went to Nisha Katona's fantastic Mowgli restaurant, just name dropping a few things here. We also had time to take in a cruise ship which was there. Lots of drinky poos in all my local Scouse haunts. So a lot of whiskey as well as cocktails and beer in Mrs Kilt-Man's case. And we also found time to experience a thunderstorm, and we went to Liverpool Central Library, which is a very famous, highly esteemed literary province. And we went to the big round reading room, which actually has a different name which I've now forgotten. And it's all one of these, you know, it's round, obviously, with spiral staircases all the way around, you know, and you go up to another floor, then another floor, all overlooking the central sort of reading gallery. It's wonderful. And 4D, if you're watching, yes, it totally evokes Night of the Demon, where Carswell will pass, that's like Sean Connery would pass the parchment, passes the parchment to, of course, our skeptic, doctor, professional from America, who's come to England to debunk the occult and all those who follow it. And it did not remind me of that. Everyone was sitting there studiously as the guy in the kilt and a lot of gothic bling was like clomping up and down those metal spiral staircases, disturbing everyone's literary and studious reverie. But anyway, that's what I'm here for, to disturb everybody. Now, folks, what have we got here? Oh, to mention the thunderstorm. We got caught in a thunderstorm, but don't worry, there's plenty of places to duck into for yet more whiskies and beer. And it was wonderful. A great day was had, folks. This was timed for my birthday. Off your friend and mine, Astrodyne. A traveller in time, Astrodyne. You know him, you love him. Some of us know him as Mike as well. And he sends great big crates, massively elaborately cardboarded and gaffer taped up with lots of bubble wrap. Yes, the bubble wrap. The beauty that is bubble wrap, the gift that keeps on giving. Poppity pop, pop, pop. And also, once you've popped it all, you can use it to stuff your collection of masks with as well. So if you've got your Trick or Treat Studios masks, you pop some of that in, and then you sit the mask nice and filled out on an empty whiskey bottle. At least that's what I do. So, folks, we have this, as usual, even though I do weights, I can't lift the bloody thing. But I'm going to show, oh God almighty. Now, in here will be a plethora, a veritable smorgasbord of cult merch. I suspect, going on all the crates that have been sent to me by Astrodyne over the last few years, there will be books, magazines, probably posters, pictures, mugs, a lot of mugs with filmic prints all over them, music, CDs and movies on DVD, on possibly Blu-ray as well, and did I mention books and magazines, and fashion as well. Usually there's t-shirts or vests. In fact, this vest came from Astrodyne a long time ago. So, it's kind of jangling, isn't it? Brad Feidel's score. Brad Fiedel, of course, did Terminator and Terminator 2. But his little exploration into kitsch, camp, but really fantastic 80s vampirism is glorious as well. Now, where do you make the incision? So what I'm going to do, obviously, I'm going to open this, and there might only be one thing in here, knowing my luck. There was a time when Astrodyne sent me a synthesizer, great big long box, and it was a synthesizer. And no, I still haven't managed to use it yet. That day will come. I'm just trying to work out how I'm going to get into this, because there seems to be a central panel which is raised from the rest of it. Yeah, what the hell. And I noticed on the label, it's actually addressed to Kilt-Man Pliskin. I like that. But it comes via Outpost 31 from The Thing. It's a running gag that we have. I'm slicing through this. And I'm hacking through this. So I wonder if, do we have something from The Thing? Do we have, what was it? It's a little fold over, it's quite interesting. Or, you know, is there some kind of Pliskin stuff in here? One thing I can guarantee is it's going to be cool. And it will encompass so many of the things that we all know and love. Well, it usually does anyway. Oh yes! It is of course, the bubble wrap. Lots and lots of bubble wrap. And yet more bubble wrap. That's thick blankets of bubble wrap. And I loves it, I does. And we've got one of those little air cushion things. Actually, they don't make a vehicle pop when you do them. They just go kind of like a dog fart. They just go. Don't get any ideas about dog farts. Oh! Astrodyne, cheers, my friend. Everybody, cheers. Everyone who wished me and Mrs Kilt-Man a big happy birthday, cheers, we did. And it's ongoing because we're out again tonight as well. Hee hee! And of course, we got the thunderstorm yesterday. It's been non-stop, gorgeous sunshine, scorching, roasting temperatures. But our birthday, no, it saw fit to have thunderstorms. We did get caught slightly, but yeah, got away with it, I reckon. Well, already, oh, I can see a few things already. Right, there's that. Well, we're going to put that to one side. There's a book. There's some super glue in here. For those of you that don't know, my blister pack of about 5 ones of them was stolen by the spook almost right before my very eyes. The house spook, the Kilt Mansion entities took it, which I need because the shoes I'm wearing right now, in fact, I'm going to show you right now. Oh, careful now. The shoes I'm wearing right now, my everyday dog walking shoes, the soles are coming away, but you can use super glue to fix it. And I got the super glue to fix them and a few other little jobs. And then when it came time to glue my sole back on again and the little curled toe piece, not like Blackadder curled toe piece, but it goes round the front of you, the toe bit of your boot. The spook nicked them right before my very eyes. So I did talk about this. So that's brilliant because I'm going to use that. That is fucking brilliant. Well done, mate. Well played. Cheers for that. We have a brief history of pirates and buccaneers. And no prizes for guessing, what movie franchise inspired this. But I do love pirates and buccaneers and privateers. And I have, a lot of piratey type garb. And I've got a lot of books on them, but I have not got this book on the history. A brief history from Sir Francis Drake to Captain Jack. Also, it does bring in sort of the fantasy element as well. And why the hell not? There's a chapter here called Vikings. I shall read this to find out just how that connection is made. Put that down here. We have a Dark Side magazine, of course. My mate Brycey, who edits this, creates it. Alan Bryce, God love you. And Rick Melton, who devises, concocts and composes all of these amazingly garish, vivid and absolutely livid and usually very highly sensual as well covers and illustrations. Let's see, how have we got? And like Rick, just want to say, there's another bit of Rick's artwork there. He has his own books coming out with lavish artwork. Usually they'd be top shelf as well because he likes his boobies and his big scamel wheel nut sized bloody nipples as well. Not necessarily bloody nipples, but because of course the BBFC would not like that had it been in a movie. So I'm just going through this, and it's, of course, I was so excited I didn't even notice what it was. It's Halloween 3. There's Stacey Nelkin. There's the exploding pumpkin head from Halloween 3, a film I've covered a lot on the channel. Talked about it loads. Conal Cochran is one of the best villains ever. Right, we've got to get on. Dark Side, yes, I'm all for it. There's another box in here. There's another box. Oh my god. Well, there's actually quite a few boxes. We have these. Can you read that? It says Mrs Kilt-Man on there. The ring light's really pinging that out. It says Mrs Kilt-Man. Shit. So I can't open that, can I? Well, she's not here, is she? So, I'm sure I can open it. Let's open it. Now, judging by these boxes, which I know oh so well, there'll be a mug in here. And it's her favourite band of all time. It's Squeeze. Well played, sir. Thank you so much. She will love that. Of course, we know Glenn Sullivan pretty well. Lead singer of Squeeze. Fantastic on his own. Fantastic with his other band, the Fluffers. And of course, awesome with Squeeze themselves. I have to put that back, won't I? And pretend I didn't know what was in there. Oh God. Let's get that in there. Let's get that nice and safe in there. Oh, I've got the things all wrong. Oh. She's going to go, did you open that? I'm going to go, no. But whatever's in there, it's a tight squeeze. Ah, cheers, mate. She will be made up with that. Well, is that for her as well? No, this is for me. This is for me. I'm going to open this. What's this one going to be? It's another red mug. I've got a bit of a red mug at the moment. I'm trying to keep out the sun as much as possible. Normally, I thrust my flesh to the fiendish rays, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting a bit worried about being too exposed to the sun. But then again, I think I've spent all my life doing that. I'm normally pretty much bronzed, even with my fair skin, but I do go bronzy. And I walk around with no top on whenever the sun's out, and I've got a feeling I may have done some damage. Don't get worried. I think I'm alright. Oh, yes, it's. I should show you that. The Pan Book of Horror Stories. I have a huge amount of these, and these are edited by Edward Van Thal. Is it? Let's have a look. Herbert Van Thal. Oh, fucking hell. Herbert Van Thal. And these were by Pan Books, obviously, and they were wonderful with really lurid covers. I think Rick Melton's lavish artwork, but without the boobies and the other cherishable whatnots. Just think of the gore and the ghoulishness. Look at that, it's brilliant. Oh, he's got tarantulas on his head. Oh, cheers, Ashton. Are they tarantulas? Or are they snakes? They're bugs. They're just bugs. Well, that kind of goes with Halloween 3, does it not? Excellent. Excellent, sir. Excellent. Well played. Oof. Oh, God. See, there's an entire chair full of bubble wrap now. And there's lots more bubble wrap as well. Right. Ooh. There's a hell of a lot of bubble wrap. Oh. And all I can see underneath there is yet more bubble wrap. Okay, right. All right. I'm doing it. I noticed this when I first opened it. There's a bottle there. There's a bottle. Is this like a bottle of rum to go with the pirate theme? Did you hear that? Oh, well played, sir. What might this be? I'm a big whiskey drinker. Everybody knows this. And Ashdown is from Wales. And Wales have a great distillery called Penderyn. And we've been to their distillery and we've sampled a fair bit of their wares. And he's even sent me a bottle of one of the Penderyns. Oh, God. And it's gorgeous stuff. It's Aberfoyle single malt whiskey. Oh my word, well played, sir. Distill your whiskey. Let's have a look. An exciting release showcasing lots of potential character from this young North Wales distillery. Aberfoyles. Not the Swedish band Aberfoyles, because, you know, if they fell, there's a couple that'd be under before they hit the ground. Benny and Bjorn! Oh, mate. Fabulous. Fabulous. Look at that. Single malt as well. Everyone knows that I tend to be drinking a blend. Not only because I can't afford this stuff normally, but I do get this sort of stuff. And I'll just recap what I was told, because we were in his pub yesterday. Steve in the hole in the wall in town gets everything. All your brandies, all your rums, your whiskies, your gins, your vodkas, gets everything under the sun. And he always gives me, this one's just come in, try this. This one's coming to an end, try this. So I get an entire slew of sometimes way larger than large whiskies. And wow. But he's the one that taught me a long time ago that, you know, when you're out, you're having a session, you know, you drink your normal tipple for almost the entire session, but your penultimate drink, so your second to last drink of that session, make it, if you're drinking whiskey, obviously if you're a lager drinker, don't bother. But for your penultimate drink, get one of the best single malts. Get one of them and take your time with it. But that's your second to last drink. So look at the dog. And then afterwards, just before you leave, go back on what you were drinking before. Pourquoi? It makes no sense. If you enjoy that, just get another one. And I said, no. What it does, it reinforces just how damn good like the single malt really is compared to the blend. But that said, a lot of blends are really, really good these days. But oh, mate, you're going to see that. She's had enough already. You're going to see that probably in a couple of videos, sitting beside, well, me. You don't drink a single malt from the bottle. No. You pour that properly and you take your time with it. That's fantastic, mate. And of course, it can be called whiskey without the E before the K and the Y because it's done the Scottish way. So it is a whiskey. Whereas everything else, your Irish and a lot of all your American stuff, it's whiskey with a K-E-Y at the end because it can't be called that whiskey. But the Welsh ones can be because they're distilled for the same processes which Scotch is made with. Ugh, dear Lord, I'm sitting on my knees and, you know, at my age that's not a good idea. All this talk of whiskey. By the way, Fright Night, wasn't Amanda Bearse really, really gorgeous in that movie? And then she went really horrifyingly not gorgeous in the likes of Marry the Children. I was disheartened. Right. There's just no end to this. Right, okay, we've got another big box here, but we've got something here. Okay. Right, now that was addressed. I'm going to have to be careful here and not show my address off. Now this says Mr. and Mrs Kilt-Man. To Kilt Mansion, USARP, United States Antarctic Research Program, 1982, from Outpost 31. And there's obviously a painting there as well. I'm gonna have to be careful here how I do this. It's... He's having fun with that, isn't he? You know, like the synth organ. Right, I'm gonna have to somehow or other. Okay, well let's just put that down for a second. Oh! We have a wonderful painted landscape, which at first glance you could say that could be in the Highlands, but I think not. Being a very proud Welshman, not me obviously, a very proud Welshman, Ashradine would have chosen a landscape from his own country. That'll be Wales. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And of course Wales is on our doorstep. North Wales, that is. The Snowdonia mountain range. And, oh God, just Anglesey, gotta love Anglesey. And Llandudno, you know, a place that we know oh so well. A place that's been taken over by the gulls will inherit the earth. Bloody seagulls, Jesus. That's beautiful, mate. That's beautiful. Does it say where it is? Someone's going to go, oh, you idiot. That's from Highlander. Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. But it's beautiful anyway. Put that there. Put that there. Now, what I'm going to do... Oh, there's a couple of things in here by the feel of things. I shall be very careful to incise and rip in. Got to be careful. Well, it looks like there's a nut. Oh, damn it! It's something else than Mrs Kilt-Man. Oh, it did say, didn't it, to Mr. and Mrs Kilt-Man. Well, it's their birthday as well. Ooh. Let's try to excise this. You talk amongst yourselves while I endeavour to get this sorted out. Okay, ooh. Right, to Mrs Kilt-Man. Ashradine 509 Record Vault. Ashradine is a massive fan of indie stuff, folk stuff, country, anything that's a bit more avant-garde. I've really gone down in the world, haven't I? My legs are killing me now. And sort of unorthodox stuff, synth, electronica, and that looks like it's some kind of vinyl in here. It's for Mrs Kilt-Man. Mrs Kilt-Man's got a very wide-ranging taste in. Ooh, is this? What is this? Oh shit! I should have owned it, shouldn't I? Oh God! I'll die. Who is it? Oh, I don't know if to open this or give it as a surprise for it. I can't tell from the back. I can tell from the side. Slide it out. Oh. As the bishop said to the actress. Okay, well now I know. I did not know. I've got hair in my mouth. BEF, British Electronic Foundation, Music for Stowaways. Right? It's got music here. Groundbreaking early recordings made by Heaven 17's Martin Ware and Craig Ian Marsh. The British Electronic Foundation, after their departure from the Human League in 1980, named one of the I can't even see it in the slides. Named one of the 50 greatest lost albums of all time by Uncut Magazine. A black 180 gram edition. Vinyl, of course, we're now in the land of playing vinyl. Oh damn, I gotta try and put that back in there. Okay, I'll endeavour to sort that out. Cheers, mate. She will be pleased. Oh. to Mrs Kilt-Man. Oops, sad gaff on my part there. Note to self, check what's written on these things first. Well, this one is to me. By the looks of things, this one was to me a while ago. Astrodyne does this terrific thing where he amasses, don't you, loads of merch, and he puts them into boxes and then forgets about them, and then a few months down the line he puts another box together and sends that, and then realises, oh, there's an old one there which I haven't sent. So there's loads of like boxes, which is sometimes why you get a box within a box. But this, okay, fragile, do not bend. I try not to. Okay. Who says a small poster can't start a big collection? Well, since all the walls of Kilt Mansion are bedecked with 1,000,001 posters and canvases, I'm way down the line for this sort of thing. To the point of no return, the point of no opening either. Okay. Oh, this feels metal. This feels metallic. Protective sleeve here. What's that for? You see that? That's a bit. Is that Dogman? Or I'm going with werewolf. The best creatures in the world. Because they exist. I know. You've got a massive werewolf standing there in front of, is this the Black Hills? You know, Wales. You've got a dog standing the ground protecting the flock. How cool is that? You've got a full moon up there. Oops, that's a ring light. Got a full moon up there. You've actually got some glowing eyes on our little lycanthropic friend there. If indeed he is a lycanthrope, or is he just a big, bloody, monstrous, mythical wolf man? That's fucking great. I'm going to put that there. Let's hope the ring light doesn't irritate things. That's boss. I love that. Cheers. And that's metallic, I think. Now, it would appear we have... shit. Oh god, this is another great big box. Wow, that's... Something made a little rattling noise then. Oh, I haven't bust anything. Nothing else in there apart from more sheets of bubble wrap. Oh, there's one over there. And now I'm going to hack into this. From Wales to the Wirral to Kilt Macready. So this was, as I said before, sometimes he remembers there's a previous box. Oh, I better put it in this one then. That's clearly what's happened here, because it would have been from some other time. Right, in we go. Oh God! You've got to be careful when you make your incision, and you're sliding along. It goes like that. You uh-oh. Ooh. Have a guess. Bubble wrap! Ooh, now. Bubble wrap. Bubblesy wrap. Oh, magazines! The in's the land of the magazines. Have I actually totally emptied that? Just check. I don't think I have. Oh no, I have. I have. Yep, I have. Right. Let's have a little look. There's another wee box. Doesn't say Mrs Kilt-Man on it, so I think we're safe to proceed. We've got them guys. Oh yes. The SETI Alpha Eels. Oh, hang on. the settee. Oh, what's this? There's some kind of figure in there. Oh, here's the big seduction piece of music. Well, what are these guys? Are they the mummies from the pyramids of Mars? You've got to... You can't just open it. Oh, you can. Oh, you can open it. Let's just see. I don't know what these guys are. They've got a little stand. Can't get into the bag. Oh no, it's Gort from The Day the Air Stood Still. They're little Gorts. You know, Kalatu Parada Nikto. It's Gort. You probably can't see that with the ring light, but wow, where'd you get these from? I've never seen these before. And they do come with little stands, so you can make him stand up. You could have told me when I did that, the stand actually fell off again. Okay. You've got to keep. They won't stick in the stand, but little Gorts. Gort's the big defensive protector for Klaatu, Michael Rennie, who's come to Earth to issue an ultimatum and a warning. Keep meddling with nuclear weapons and your warring ways, and we're going to put an end to you. We're intergalactic police, basically. But he learns that mankind's got a lot of good intentions as well, a lot of redeeming qualities, and I've lost the stand for the first one. Oh, shit on a stick. Do you know what, I'm going to put them back in there because, come on, Gortage. So I've got to try and find that now before the dog finds it and eats it. But they're cool, never seen that before. Right, let's put that to one side. We have, holy shit, a whole slew of magazines. Whoa. So also, as well as the little plastic maggot things, the polystyrene maggots and the intense level of bubble wrap, we've also got elastic bands as well. Electronic Sound, a wonderful magazine celebrating lots of the major stars of the 80s and 70s and the synth lords of the 90s and onwards, but also a lot of obscure stuff and the main popular ones as well. So it's great. A wonderful magazine with bang on interviews and lots of its editorial's fantastic and its presentation is second to none. And I have quite a collection of these because he sent me almost all of them. I'll put that there. Another one. There we go. There's something in here. Was that meant to be part of this? Like a freebie? What's this? Die Moritat von Maki Messa. And on side B, City of Angels. Now, is that City of Angels from Nick Kershaw? I somehow doubt it, but it might be. No, it's from, see them, I've just read it. It's from that group there, Ladytron. Ladytron. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Dark Side! We have more Dark Side. Plan 9 from outer space. There he is. And look at the fantastic, resplendent cleavage, boobage taking place. Again, a little crevice you can't see because the ring lights spun it out. Infinity, which is the sister magazine to Dark Side, again run by Brycey, my boy. King Kong, of course. I've covered King Kong, the 1933 masterpiece many times. Did a full commentary for the movie as well. We've also got Star Trek, the young ones. I have a feeling I've got this one. I have a feeling that you've already sent it to me. Oh, no, you haven't. But there is a very similar magazine from Infinity, with the same sort of characters on it, and a lot of very similar sort of, the way they presented it on the cover as well. But awesomeness. I'm not going to go through it because we don't have the time. Total Film presents 500 must-see movies. Jesus Christ, you know. And on the back, gone! I've done worse than that. I've buried you alive. Buried alive. As you did to me. Ooh, it's a little chest burster. Oh, there we go. So, you've got thrillers, you've got horrors, you've got action. A lot of action, hell of a lot of action in fact. It's mostly action comedy. There clearly must be sci-fi. Oh, it does list them all here as well. Brilliant. Legends of the Wild West. Of course, massive fan of the Wild West. And the American Indian Wars, the Civil War. So Buffalo Bill, Crazy Horse, Calamity Jane, Billy the Kid. Get ready to raise hell with some of the craziest folk ever to stalk the American frontier. Well, the American frontier is massively overblown by the Western genre. Loving the Hair. Geronimo, oh, fantastic. How the path to the West led to war, of course. The Hell's Canyon Massacre. I mean, a lot of the actual reality of the Wild West and the frontier and the colonization of North America is actually genuinely probably more exciting than what you do see depicted in the movies. And yet what you see depicted in the movies is a lot of fairy stories, and it's the legend, the age-old thing, why print the truth when the legend's better? But in actual fact, if you go back and look at things like this and study North American history, the legends that were built up around the genuine incidents, events and characters are nothing compared to the real incidents and characters and, stuff. Oh, yes! British Redcoats! Oh, God! Well, you all know how much I love the Anglo-Zulu Wars, and I often sport the tunic, and I've got the helmet, I've got all of it. There they are. Look at that. A Garrett last stand with the Martini Henry rifles there. Oh, Jesus. Rorke's Drift, and obviously you can't talk about Rorke's Drift without talking about Isandlwana, our massacre beforehand. And he's put some little press cuttings in here as well. Has Ashradine. What's this about here? British and Commonwealth Forces. Royal Marines. Ex-Royal Marines myself. I didn't even clock the picture there. And what's this? Oh dear. Oh, it's the death of a mountain gorilla. Well, thanks for that, Ashradine. That's a particularly distressing picture, actually. Oh dear God. Yeah. But you've got bees on the background there, cluster of bees, and we've got to protect the bees. They are bees, aren't they? Yes, they're definitely bees. Oh, thanks, Ashradine. The Redcoats was brilliant, but I didn't expect the mountain gorilla to be dying horribly in its owner's arms. Greatest military disasters. Oh, fucking hell. Me. Cursed, creepy destinations. Traveller beware, you're in for a scare. Exploring for 200 haunted places. We're in one. We're in one right now. Oh no, my knees have gone again. Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to try and sit up here. Oh God. The old joints. Do you know what? It's not actually my knees. I'm sitting there on my knees, but with my legs underneath me and my feet bent backwards. So it's that sort of thing when the ankle's gone the wrong way, and you go, oh, you know, if the doorbell suddenly went or the drawbridge suddenly came up and I'd have to leap into action, I'd get up and I'd fall over because my legs had gone completely dead. I shall rejuvenate them. There's still a lot more here. So, we have yet more dark sidage. And again, Rick's been playing about with the old chesticles and the cleavage. Unspeakable horror, opening pose oblong box. Cemetery Gale, gorillas and brain transplants. Oh, just mentioned the mountain gorillas. Fertile fears, the legacy of the Wicker Man. And what have I just been talking about in the previous video? Well, it wasn't the Wicker Man, but the Wicker Man did come into it slightly. Let's delve more. A double bond bonanza. Now, I definitely do have this one. From Rush With Love and Live and Let Die. Acting the Goon, looking back at Milligan madness. I think that's Spike Milligan. Arabian Adventure, the truth behind SAS Rogue Heroes. Yeah. Seeking the Oracle, the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. A great Ray Harryhausen movie. No, once again, I don't have this one. Sorry, a lot of these covers are very, very similar and very evocative to something that, you know, I've previously been sent by Astrodyne. So it's easy to get confused. Because Infinity Magazine has the great double-sided poster in the middle. So we've got From Russia with Love. Oh, there he is. Sean. And on the other side, it is the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. I'll have to flip it over so you can see. Can you see that? Bloody ring light. But if it didn't have the ring light on, you'd see nothing at all. So it's a compromise. There's more magazines. Good God almighty. And more Lassie bands. Electronic sound again. Oh, there's something in here. We've got, would this be the British Electric Foundation? Martin Way. Unknowable, I am an insect. So again, as we saw before, the progenitors for Heaven 17. And we've got another single in there. Another great electronic sounds. History of monsters and mythical beasts. There's one right there. There's one right here. Let's see what we got on here. The Nagas. Oh, got to be careful how you say that, haven't you? The Kanabo wielding Oni. Ah, which of course has that ghostly mask. Japanese horror from Onibaba. And I have that. I have a similar mask to that. Just a cheapo version, but very effective. Demons from Hell. Good Night and Beware, the Tokolosh, or Tokoloshi. That's from South Africa. The Popo Bower and the Shatani. Mami Wata. The Magnificent Manticore. I'm sorry, I'm not even showing you these, am I? Let's have a look. Lamassu and Shidu from Mesopotamia. The Mythical Rock. The Phoenix. The Sphinx. The Griffin. Oh, the Djinn. The shape-shifting Djinn. Oh. And in fact, if you look at that, an image there of the Djinn, it looks a bit like that Japanese mask, doesn't it? So we're covering quite a lot of the world. The Minotaur, the Harpies, Pegasus, the Steed of Heroes. Never look a Gorgon in the eye. Not a good idea. The Cyclops. Another great magazine, Scream. Great magazine. The Evil Dead. Betsy Baker and Teresa Tilly talk demons. And of course, they're from the original Evil Dead. Sam Raimi's original one, the very first one. The Video Nasty. We've got The Omen. We've got Old Renfield is here. Death. Oh God, Death Ship. Nautical Ghost Horror Explored. I think I reviewed Death Ship when it came out on Blu-ray. And what an absolute cack fest that film is. Truly, truly awful. Yes, it is that one with George Kennedy and that great elaborate poster there. But my God, what a clunker of a movie. Deserves to be sunk. Fucking hell! We've got a feature on Fright Night and I'm playing the score. Fright Night. One of my favourite posters of all time, that. With the ghostly vampiric face in the clouds above, you know, the American Gothic mansion. Chris Sarandon, Amanda Beers with the big mouth, looking amazing actually. That one of my favourite effects. The gob just went huge. But Chris Sarandon was fantastic. Oh, there she is looking. Ooh, Amanda Beers putting on the sultry, sensual, you know, femme fatale, full of vampiric fangs as well. Well, who'd have thought that? Isn't it bizarre how it works out? Ooh, right. An illustrated history of Cardiff docks. Oh, Ashadine, you don't know, trying to indoctrinate me into your Welsh history and the Welsh way of life. An illustrated history of Cardiff docks, volume 3. The Cardiff Railway Company and the Docks at War by John Hutton. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that is lavishly illustrated. Can you see this? And with badges and crests and all the engines, all the people involved. There's a little Tommy there. Tommy as in soldier. The Cardiff Railway. You see all, well, you know you can't see it all, but there's maps and all sorts. These are great. These are fascinating. They're a glimpse into an older world, a world where everything was black and white, and you didn't have mass murders, you didn't have serial killers. Well, you probably did, but you didn't hear about it. And everyone got along with everybody else, and it was all quaint and all lovely, you know. And we all pulled together because there's wars and things, you know. Not like today, where we turn on each other and fight each other. Only today, I woke up to the news of killings in Nottingham. And I've been glued to it pretty much all day, to be honest. Some people, a young couple at 4 o'clock in the morning were knifed and killed in front of witnesses. At 4 in the morning. Another man was killed. We don't know how he died. And then people were driven into by a white van. And 3 people were knocked into the air, all of whom have survived, but 3 are dead. Arrest was made, and it's definitely terror related. But I've been watching it, it's an unfolding thing. So I talk about like those halcyon days when everyone looked after each other. You could leave your back door open and, you know, there'd be no crime in little rural areas. And Nottingham, it's our good friend, you know him, you love him, Steve 007 Smith, hails from Nottingham. I had to get in touch with him to make sure he was all right, and him and his own were all okay, and they are, thankfully, they are. But this is an unfolding thing. Nottingham's got crime like any city, but Nottingham's a very small city. I mean, Liverpool, of course, it's just behind me. Liverpool's just behind me, and I spent most of yesterday there. And my wife's from Liverpool. And I worked and lived in Liverpool for many, many years. And I'm there as often as I can. I love it. It has its violence, but nothing like this, like that. Glasgow, another city I know and love, has its violence and some quite atrocious things that I know of. But I've walked the streets of Glasgow totally happy and feeling totally safe. Manchester, another city I love, has its share of crime, and there are certain areas you really don't want to be straying into. But I love Manchester. But the way the world is right now, you're not safe anywhere. If a little rural alpine French village, all of a sudden I was Sean Connery again there, French village, can suffer appalling knifings only a week ago, where a man went into a children's playground and stabbed children, including a toddler, in its pram. or pushchair and stabbed repeatedly. These things didn't happen back then. They did not. You had crime, you had brutal murders, but they were usually connected to, you know, sort of organised crime. I don't know, folks. Well, went off on a horrible tangent there, didn't I? I've just... There's some more alcohol, and I know this one because I've had this one before. This is the Robert Kane's limited edition Christmas ale, and wow, it's lovely. I've still got the case for the one that I had from a while ago. I'll open this and show you the bottle. I'll tell you about it when I've drunk it. Can't get into it. There's a book here, which is Vincent Price. It's Prince Prospero from The Mask of the Red Death. Vincent Price, the British Connection by Mark Iverson. The British Connection, folks, well, I can tell you now, he was married to a British woman. His family, his original mum and dad came from Britain. No, they didn't, but his descendants came across from Britain to England to America on the Mayflower. So he's got descent there. He's also got Welsh blood in him. I heard him talking about that. After that, you've done it again, haven't you? He's got Welsh blood in him as well. And he loved it. Let's see what it says. What's important about an actor is his acting, not his life. Vincent Price. Vincent Leonard Price Jr. died on 25th October 1993 from lung cancer and complications of emphysema and Parkinson's disease. His death left family and friends and fans with a great sense of loss, especially in Britain, where the Times obituary described him as the king of modern horror movies. Yeah, a title you could legitimately award him. Price was significantly influential. Fucking hell. Price was significantly influential in Britain when American International Pictures, Roger Corman and Samuel Z. Arkoff, who Price was under contract with, established a base in London in the 60s. Most of his subsequent movies were made in the UK. His British output consolidated his popularity with fans and provided him with many career-defining performances. This book explores the British films of Vincent Price. Well, I mean, yeah. Mask of the Red Death, The Tomb of Ligeia, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, The Theatre of Blood, To the Monster Club, and Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, the films he made in Great Britain, and there's more besides that. But he has got a genuine blood connection to the UK as well. So, but brilliant, mate, brilliant. Gonna love that. Love Vincent Price. I love him in Bloodbath at House of Death. He's got his acolytes there, and he burns his hand on the kind of, and they're all repeating what he says, like, you know, whatever. It's the old gods to the old gods. And he goes, "Oh shit, my hand!" And they go, "Oh shit, my hand!" And then he goes, "Stupid bloody candles!" And they all go, "Stupid bloody candles!" It's like, "Oh, shut up! Oh, shut up!" So he could do comedy as well. Anyway, The Penguin Book, The American Civil War. We were in the library yesterday, as I said, bizarrely, for part of our big birthday celebration, the big round room, and I found some terrific books on American history, including books on the very thing that I'm a real big sort of aficionado of, the American Indian Wars, and particularly Custer's Last Stand and the Fetterman Massacre. And I found a book I'd never seen before. Oh, you know, Mrs Kilt-Man, who took us in there, because you love libraries, you want to see the round rooms. It was a little treat, and she couldn't get us out of there. She goes, "Don't you want to go for a bevy?" And I'm like, I'm reading archaeological finds and some great stuff which I'd never known about from the Little Bighorn. I was like, I don't know, hang on, gotta read this. Very Crazy GI, Strange but True Stories of the Vietnam War. Ooh. Oh, Craig P.J. Jorgensen, author of Acceptable Loss. I've heard of this guy. He did a lot of stuff in Vietnam. And last on the list by Miles Reed. Looks like some kind of First World War, maybe, or Second World War. 1942. Wrote this book in 1942. And the vivid impression the events made on him then is still apparent today. Prisoners of War. Sorry, I've got a clue what that one is. But I do know this guy. A very crazy GI. Is there any pictures? No. That's Vietnam. Looks like an American publication, that one as well. Fantastic. Lovely war stuff. Lovely real life war stuff. Oh shit! There's his previous book, Acceptable Loss. In just 10 months in Vietnam, he was overrun, shot up, but not underworked. He survived 54 missions as a point man. He has one hell of a story to tell. Now, the thing is, most GIs in Vietnam didn't see any active service. They were on big bases and they were looking after supplies and transport routes. Most of them didn't see it. So a lot of the films you see of Vietnam and all that, all the action and battles and chaos and the woe is me sort of thing. Yeah, that happened. Your platoons, your Hamburger Hills, your Full Metal Jackets, and obviously your Apocalypse Nows. And your Last Hunters, reviewed that as well. That was not the norm. Johnny Rambo was Special Forces, so he would have seen action. But most American GIs drafted over there didn't see any action. They might be on forward bases, and fire stations, but fire bases. I always call them fire stations for some reason. They might have seen sporadic, firefights, but mostly they didn't see a damn thing at all. So, CDs. Oh, I love it. He's intricately wrapped everything as well. It's almost like evidence in a police case, isn't it? This isn't evidence in a police case, is it? And you've passed it on to me, Astrodyne. No, not Alexander. That's someone else entirely. David Axelrod, Songs of Experience from 1969. I don't know who he is. Mashups from DJ Eddie Silver, The Beatles and Monkeys. Oh, mashing up The Beatles and the Monkeys. Whitney Houston and The Cure. Nirvana, Destiny's Child. The Strokes, Christina Aguilera. The Beatles and Soul Searchers. Joy Division and Missy Elliott. The Skills and The Beatles. Snoop Dogg and Crowded House. Kellis and Duran Duran. Interesting. A Pocket Guide to Dreamland. Faded Fairgrounds and Coastal Ghost. What? Oh, that's not music then, is it? Faded Fairgrounds and Coastal Ghost Towns of the British Isles, produced by Dave Clarkson. What's this? Oh, it is music. Music created from field recordings in real New Brighton. New Brighton is literally 10 yards down the road. Oh, fucking flies come in now. Bastard. It's so hot again because the doors are open, and I come in here to do this, to avoid the flies that come in usually. And one's found its way in here as well. Shit. So you've got music created from field recordings in real New Brighton, Blackpool, Sea Houses, can't read it in the light, Porthcawl, Barry Island, Margate and Hastings, either pure, processed, complemented, mangled or untangled. Wow. That sounds really good. That sounds good, that. And then we've got John Baker, The Vendetta Tapes, incidental music from the 1960s BBC series and other radiophonics. The Vendetta Tapes, I don't recall this. I don't recall it, The Vendetta Tapes. But I love stuff like old TV scores, whether it's electronic, the Beebs Electronic Workshop and all that. Love it all. And it's interesting, it's historic, it's archival, and it does teach you a lot about how music organically changed, from like the 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s and that, and using library tracks and people who compose library tracks which would be transported into other TV shows and movies, Dawn of the Dead being a huge one for that. Interesting stuff, sir. See, but Astrodyne comes up with some of this crafty, weird, eclectic things. Oh, Mrs Kilt-Man. Shit. Happy birthday, Mrs Kilt-Man. Oh, mate, I'm not going to open that one. I'm not going to open that because I'm going to put it on edge. I'm going to put all their stuff, you know, that's her chair over there with all my spikes in it. She'll love that, so, ooh, careful. She loves a bit of that as well. Well, she used to. Right. There's more. Oh yeah. Yes! Dead and Buried. The 4K Dead and Buried. I've been meaning to review this movie for fucking years. And I don't know, I've put it off or something else has taken place and I just haven't done it. And then I heard tell on the grapevine that it was coming out on 4K. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get this. But me and Astrodine spoke about this a long time ago. And I think you mentioned it to me and I went, oh yeah, I want to get that. And you said, oh, hold off on that. So I did. Thinking, oh, that must mean he's going to send it to me. And he has! Love this movie. Oh my God, it will take your breath away. All of it. Written by Dan O'Bannon. A 4K restoration from Blue Underground. Wowsy, wow, wows. I'm loving it. I mean, I have got a Blu-ray, and is this the 4K? It says new 4K restoration. Is it actually the 4K disc? Let's have a look. Hang on, music's gone off. Let's get that back on again. This is actually the 4K. Okay, it's a Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray, but it's great anyway. It's great. But it is from the 4K restoration, so it's not the one I had. So fan-effing-tastic. And I do love this movie. It's such a great. It's nasty as well. It got a lot of grief in this country for the the hypodermic and the poor guy's been beaten and burned to a frazzle. He's completely encased in like plaster casts and all that, like, and he's just like in bed like that. And the nurse comes in, the lovely, sexy nurse, and but she's the one that led him into being beaten to a pulp and then set on fire by the townsfolk. And he's lying there in the bed, all right, super shaky husky, and he goes, obviously he's only got one eye to see, and he's going, and he can't move. Then she goes, this won't hurt a bit. This fucking long needle, he goes right into his eye. Oh Christ! We've entered the realm of fashion. Shit, quite a lot of fashion. Because I'm assuming all these floppy grey bags are clothing. And there's a load of them. Excuse me, hon, what are you doing? Oh, the dog's about to go on a rampage. Kilt-Man, patch inside envelope. Ooh. Okay. I love me t-shirts and me vests and me jumpers and sweatshirts and things. There's something in the envelope. It's a completely white shirt. Okay, so the patch is in the envelope. Come on. We can do this. What do you reckon the patch is going to be then? Do you reckon Outpost 31 or Nostromo? I think it's an iron-on patch. Shit. Well, I did not expect that. It's the it's the Black Hole, folks. One of the great posters for the Black Hole, a film I truly love. and instructions how to put this on. Oh, this is old school, this, isn't it? So you got to iron that on. Oh God, that's gonna. Well, that's a job for Mrs Kilt-Man. I'll put this on her chair, shall I? Oh God. I'm gonna put this on her chair, and she'll go like, "What the hell?" Cheers, mate. That's very interesting. More. How long have we been on for? An hour and 5 minutes. Those of you who are still with us, I admire your perseverance. Black t-shirts. Aye. It's monkey, bit of monkey magic. Chippy-taka and all that, like, and Pigsy. How fucking cool is that? And he sent me a while ago another monkey t-shirt, which I've worn, and it's surprising the amount of younger people that go like, Pigsy and all that, like, and that thing with Cut Your Summons is Cloud and all that. I'm like, how do you know this? You know, who would have thought that? Cheers, mate. Whoa. Oh, it's another white t-shirt. Oh, it's another have I just snagged up another transfer? Let's have a look. Oh, there's something on here. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, that goes along with Monkey, doesn't it? Tokyo, Houston. It's Rollerball, one of my favourite 70s sci-fi movies. James Garner's Jonathan E. Jonathan. And I've got the Houston t-shirt. I've got the t-shirt. I won't mind the jersey, but I've never seen the jersey actually get made. The actual size of the jersey with the long sleeves that they wear in the movie. But I've got a t-shirt version. Look at that. I mean, that's the advertising blurb for the game, the match where they play Tokyo. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, cheers, mate. I've got a feeling it's still too hot to put anything with sleeves on. I was going to say, I'll put that on. Well, I will put it on, but just maybe not now. Oh, I love that. Of course, that's the game where Moon Pie gets killed as well. Like, where, you know, the old Moon Pie, the old swooper Moon Pie, does kind of bring it on himself, if I'm honest, you know, because he breaks what little rules there are by doing his flying drop kick and taking bikers off. And then, of course, that bastard there, let's go and get him out. But of course, Jonathan E. and Moon Pie are fucking bezzy mates. So when they beat the shit, take his helmet off and punch him with their studded gloves, whoosh, on his skull, and take him out, Jonathan E. goes on the rampage. Oh yeah. Tokyo, Houston. Another white t-shirt. Oh. Okay, folks, I'm looking at that right now and I'm seeing a bloody big werewolf face. Let's just unveil what this beastie might be. That's an unusual print. I've never seen that design before. It is, of course, American Werewolf, and there is Jack and David, you know, being stalked on the moors just outside of East Proctor. Oh yeah. Beware the moon, lads. You made me miss. I've never missed that boat before. No one wanted him. God. No one wanted him here. And chucks out the Mexican. I fucked that up there. That is a great design. It looks absolutely demonic with the reds and the yellows there. You've got the pentagram, you've got the candles, you've got a bit of a montage of effects in the background. But look at that. Oh, I'll show you it again. Look at that. I've never seen that design before. Isn't that a beauty? Oh, cheers, mate. Ah, cheers. That's another perennial favourite, of course. Have we got more? There's 2 more, folks. There's 2 more. How many t-shirts does one man need to have? This has been a constant argument with Mrs Kilt-Man, of course. I've seen it already. It's a bit more monkey magic. Oh, that's a good one, that, isn't it? Look at his face. And he always looked a bit, with the mixed sideboards and all that, like, he always looked a bit sort of lycanthropic himself, a bit on the fairy side. But he is monkey, you know, so, but it always did look more, to me, sort of, maybe wolfmanish than monkey-ish. Fantastic, fantastic. We've got another. We've always got to scrutinise, because there could be things lurking around. Oh shit, hang on. What are these? Oh, there's labels. Sorry. I thought there was little, like, sort of badges. Badges! We don't need no stinking badges! There's another white one. Ooh, I can almost see something. I didn't mean that. But I can't tell what it is. Oh. Raised by TV since 1930. Which of course we are. And we're all indoctrinated, aren't we? By the images that we see on our screens. What's real? What isn't real? What's genuine news and what's fake news? What is the state delivering to you? What's for your own good and what's for their good? Well, since they govern most of the mainstream TV and the press, pretty much nothing, unless you look elsewhere, nothing you see, hear or read is genuine. So that's a double-edged sword, that one, isn't it? We're all guilty of it. It should say in the back, raised by TV since 1930 and gullible as fuck. Or it should say raised by TV since 1930 but not gullible as fuck. You know. But don't believe the hype. But, you know, we loves it, don't we? Well, holy shit. Look at this. Look at that chair there. Oh, there's a great canvas there from Steve W. Smith, who is alive and well, and so is his family, despite the atrocity which has been committed in Nottingham. While we've been recording this, other things may have developed because other people, armed police with balaclavas, stormed another residence and a commercial property, and 2 young women were escorted out and put in a marked car and driven off. Whether they're to do with it, no one knows. Nottingham police have not yet come out with a proper full statement on this. So you're getting this is real time, folks. So I mean, I could have left the TV playing on the news channel which I was watching, but I wasn't watching the mainstream news, and so developments could have happened, but it would have interfered somewhat with the fun and games. I reached for this, but I've also got that, you know. Oh wow. Ashadine, my friend, once again you've played an absolute blinder. Some real unexpected treats. Mrs Kilt-Man should be happy as well. There is a mystery thing that I didn't open that. Sorry folks, but let's let Mrs Kilt-Man have her little mystery unboxing as well. Sorry, I only paused it. I was trying to think of a joke to go along with that, but I thought, oh, forget it. I've got no mysteries left for it to unbox, unpack, or unveil until I get my full extension or reduction. Hey, folks. Well, I've got a lot of stuff to clear up now. boxes, plastic bags, enormous amounts of bubble wrap and fucking lassie bands and black bags, black paper, cardboard and a lot of stuff. Let's just go back on this again. Isn't that great? Have you noticed what's here as well? You've got your wolfman, your werewolf, you've got, it looks like a German shepherd dog there. And you've got your sheep, but you've got a black sheep there as well. Is he working with him, do you think? Is he like, look, we're going to be in this field tonight. Aye, you know. Just don't eat me, you know. That is a great image. Does it say who actually made this? It's like detectives. I don't know if it says who made it. A hologram tag. This hologram guarantees product authenticity. Master of production, and it is signed there by someone, but I don't know. Yeah, that's outstanding and really evocative. And you know, in Wales there are woods and meadows that look just like that. So, wowsies. Folks, I have been Always Shall Be Kilt-Man. I'm forever in debt to a lot of you guys, and well, to all of you guys for sticking and staying with this inane claptrap, which I unleash on an all too regular basis. But please, you know, have fun. Thank you for sticking with us, and much more to come. And reviews. I've been kind of lax of reviews of late, and I haven't done any commentary tracks for a while either. Need to rectify that, so don't worry, they will be forthcoming. But yeah, please guys, have fun, but be safe. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your ears open and your eyes open. Don't compromise your fun because of stuff that happens. There'll be things that happen which you cannot prepare for, sadly. But if you see something happening in front of you which you can't stop, you get out. You get out, you get inside somewhere. You get inside somewhere which can be barricaded. This sort of stuff is happening all too often. But you get inside where there's other people, if possible, and you can mount a defensive manoeuvre. But you can barricade yourself in. But self-preservation, get out of the area. I'm one of those that tends to be the have-a-go hero. I've done it in the past. I'm sure I'll do it again. I cannot, unless you really are able to look after yourself and maybe make a difference in that split-second moment, don't put yourself in danger. Get out. And if you can, record vehicles, registration plates and people's faces. Record that. But save yourselves. No one knows how you're going to react when something kicks off in front of you. No one knows. But because of the random nature of these things, you know, I don't know. I should preserve this sort of thing for separate videos, I know, but this is ongoing today, and it's, you know, it bothers the hell out of me. We were in town all yesterday, and throughout the, well, way throughout the night and into, you know, the wee small hours, anything could have happened. But I'm always on, even when I've had a few drinks, I'm always aware of what's around and who's around. Doesn't mean you're going to be massively prepared for what does come your way. But, you know, I'm just saying, just be aware of your surroundings. But don't put your life on hold because of these things, because that's when they win. That's when they win. That's what they want. You to be terrified and hiding from terrorism. Whether this is incident in Nottingham is genuine terrorism, I suspect it is, but whether it is or it isn't, the cumulative effect is terror. That you could be walking the streets and suddenly get knifed to bits out of the blue, or a van drives into you. You've got no idea what's around the corner or what's coming up behind you. But you can't live your life in fear. You can't keep forever looking over your shoulder like Henry Hill from Goodfellas. But just Always have it somewhere in the back of your mind. So when something does kick off, you can react. You can be proactive and do something, but you're putting yourself in harm's way. Or you can look after your own and get everybody to safety. Get out of the area. Folks, it's genuinely... Hang on a minute. I forgot something. I've just noticed there's something else here. Oh my god. If that's like an anti-terrorism slogan or poster. Oh God almighty. Folks, we're still here. We're still in. We're still doing it. This could be the prize gem. Oh, there's been so many. But Astrodine was going like, oh, open that, open that, open that. And I forgot about it. Okay. We're going in. Alright, let's... Oh, shit. Oh, this is clearly a poster, I think. So I don't... Oh, it's dead hard to try to work out the best way into these things when they're done like this. Oh God. Well, you know, in with a penny, in with a pound. Oh shit. Oh, ooh. You know, I'm an expert with guns, knives, my bare hands, and I still almost tore a finger off there. Regular viewers will know definitely that I did cut my finger very badly with this knife on camera as well. Astrodine, mate, I can't get into this. I don't want to rip the whatever's in there. I've got a feeling. Oh God, no, let's try it. We can do this. Yeah, I sliced my finger very badly, down to the bone. Okay, we're in. We've done it, we've done it, we've done it. You fucking trickster. It's just bubble wrap. No, it isn't. There's a poster inside here. But for a second I thought like, oh my God, he's just wrapped up a big coil of bubble wrap. Astrodine sent me a wonderful quad poster of Dawn of the Dead, but with the English title of Zombies, Dawn of the Dead. And it's up in the attic, on the wall. It's fantastic. You should. I have shown you it, but you'll see it again. And it's one of my favourite images. It's not the American poster for Dawn of the Dead, it's the British one. So it has the Zombies, Dawn of the Dead title. But it's so iconic. Although, bizarrely, the version that was illustrating was cut down anyway. So what might this be? Well, it's PG, whatever it is. I can see that it's a poster. It's PG. Let's do this. It's Dragon Slayer! Oh, you try to replace the poster that you saw get sheared in half by the spook here live on camera. Oh yeah, in the Dark Ages, magic was a weapon, love was a mystery, still fucking is. Adventure was everywhere, still is. And dragons were real. They are. One of Disney's greatest movies, Disney's dark. He's done the two dark Disney movies, which I always talk about. The Black Hole, t-shirts over there, and Dragon Slayer. I've reviewed the Black Hole, I've reviewed this movie. That's a great image, that's a great poster. It's the American one sheet by the looks of things. Oh yes, but it definitely is the American one sheet, yeah. Oh my God, cheers mate. Cheers. Oh, let's show this again properly. Look at that, there he is. And there's Vermithax Pejorative, the greatest screen dragon the world has ever known. And of course, Astrodine's from a land of dragons. Wales. Not whales, the mammals, the aquatic mammals. Dragons do live in Wales. Oh, yeah, this is great. Cheers, cheers, mate. Is there anything else I forgot about? There probably is, you know. That's the beauty of this. Oh, me fucking super glue. Yes. I'm not going to seal that down too much because I want it to be able to. When you get these coiled up posts, you've got to flatten them out. You've got to put books and weights and things on them to flatten them out before they're actually, you know, able to put on a wall. But don't you worry about that. That's my problem. I'll sort that out. Right. Where's my whiskey gone? I've got a lot of sorting out to do. Folks, I have been over Shabby Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever new surprises which you've forgotten about in between time, please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. Be safe out there. Can't say it enough. Want you guys to be happy and to be safe and to always, you know, we stick together. I'll always stand by any of you. You've got an issue, you've got something you want me to talk about, to raise. I'll do it. I'll do it. We're all together. We're part of a clan, you know. So, you know, let's look after one another. And if we can make that spread, it can only be a force for good. To look after your neighbour, look after your friends, look after a stranger, you know. Who knows? Some of these people might not do the deeds that they do if they felt a bit more attached to a community, attached to, you know, the world and the population. I'm not making no excuses, because whoever this guy was in Nottingham, they've arrested one guy, 31. Whether he's a lone wolf, we don't know that yet. Could be others, but either way, I want him dead, because once you've done these deeds, that's it. There's no coming back from it. So, no, you don't get no mercy from me at that stage. If we could avert it beforehand, and you're at that, you've got some axe to grind. Really? Really? You're going to take out innocent people? You're going to do that? If you've got a problem with somebody, confront them with that problem and sort it out that way. Do not ever, ever take out innocent people. And in France, a babe in a pushchair. Oh, you big hard bastard, you. And the thing is, they're talking about, oh, he must have, we don't know this yet, he must have mental health problems. I won't go into the background of this guy, he's an asylum seeker. I won't go into the whole thing. But he still saw justification in stabbing little children and babies in front of their mums and dads and broad daylight. Really? Really? Whatever your problems are, I don't care. Once you do something like that, no matter what it wasn't his right mind, and you get these fucking lawyers who are like, no, he's psychopathic, you know, he's schizophrenic. I don't give two shits. You either spend your life getting beaten to a pulp in a prison cell till the day you die, or you get executed. End of. No two fucks are given here. You do something like that, you're out of the picture completely, and badly. You get taken down. Oh, talk about bringing down a big celebration of cult merchandise. Kilt-Man, way to go! It's only because it's happening right now, and it's an ongoing thing. And with my background, I'm very, very, very interested, intrigued, and you know, I have my own reasons, my own sense of morality, and my own methods. Hope you enjoyed Brad Fidell's score in the background there. Isn't that weird that there was a feature on Friday night as well? Who knew that? Right. Ashradine, many thanks. You guys, many thanks. I must have the record for the longest goodbyes, the longest tail out of a video. This one's got like comment below, let me know. Boom, it's over. Me, I ended about half an hour ago, but I'm still waffling on. Okay, we're over now.